I think I became a better G&R player, that's for shit sure.
Right.
I probably became a worse player for my own shit, but for G&R, like just feeling out what they did, and at first I would just make up my own shit and just play whatever over the solos, and then I was like, you know what? That's like rewriting a song that people came here to see.
Right.
And so I started doing it more authentically and having more respect for the original versions of the stuff, and I realized, I was like, you know what? You could get different guitar players to all play the same solo, and each one will sound different because it comes from the hands.
Right.
So I don't have to, I don't have to do something different. I don't have to play something different. I can play the song the way it was made, and it'll still be my own thing because it's coming from my hands, the bend, the tone, whatever it is. You take Ace Frehley and you take Yngwie, you give them the same riff, and just in the vibrato and, the tone of the artificial harmonics that you get out of, the picking hand, you'll know who's who.
Right, the guitar they're using, the strings, the way the size of their fingers, the whole thing, it all adds up.
So if anything, I would say playing some of the older stuff definitely helped me to grow up a little bit.
Good.
And simmer down and just.
You don't want to be the Vinnie Vincent of GNR anyway.
Oh no, let's not bash Vinnie Vincent.
Why not? Come on.
No.
All right.
I had an old album, an old disco album that my parents had called Instant Replay. It was just like back when they would just put out one song that was 20 minutes long of just 70s. And years later, I was just looking through my parents' albums, checking out all different shit they had, and I opened this thing up, and in the sleeve it had a picture of the band, and in the middle is this dude with long hair and mustache and beard peeking up, and it said Vincent Cusano, and I'm looking at his face, I'm like, holy crap, that's Vinnie Vincent.
I'll have to send you the YouTube link. I think it's him playing with Dan Hartman or something from before the Kiss days. It's the greatest video ever.
Nice. And I saw him at Lemoore in Brooklyn with Vinnie Vincent Invasion, and he was fucking great. And, I mean, I know Kiss fans, they pick and choose who they have more respect for, who's going to be the runt of the litter that they're going to pick on and shit, but the guy deserves respect. He was in the band, he was on, Lick It Up and all that stuff.
And Revenge when he came back. No, I think the problem with Vinnie, or not the problem, but I think the perception comes down to when he does Lick It Up and when he did the stuff on Revenge, he's a great writer with great original skills and all that. But when he went on stage and did Firehouse and Calling Dr. Love, and there was these solos and guitar parts that you just never heard of, you just went, dude, you got to do Kiss,
So basically, he was doing what I was doing. Like, he was taking the songs, making them his own, and it was to the detriment of the songs.
Right, because they're not recognizable. You would go hear Firehouse and hear the lyrics, and you'd see Paul Stanley, and you'd go, well, why am I not hearing Firehouse?
Right, you're not hearing the, the solo with the,
with the bend and all that.
Like that thing in there. Like, those are very integral parts of the song.
Sure.
And that's one thing about Kiss, is that you gotta say, the most singable part of a Kiss song is Ace Frehley's solo, even more than the vocals.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
And that's for shit sure. And
even more pronounced on his own songs, like when you sing, you can sort of sing the solo for Shock Me, or the whole guitar part, more than you can actually do the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just looking. We're in the almost 40-minute time. Is there anything, any other thing that you want to bring up?
If anything, I just want to thank everybody in Canada for showing us a great time and being extremely hospitable.
Right.
And
patient.
And patient.
Just kidding. I'll cut that out.
Yeah. No, they were a fucking great crowd, and we had such a good time, and it was just great audiences, and it was really a pleasure to be there and do this thing with them.
Yeah, and I think I can't obviously speak for Canes, but I think Guns N' Roses brought a lot of goodwill this time on this tour, and I think you won back a lot of critics and a lot of fans, most importantly, the fans.
Well, that's cool.
So, oh, look, when you come up to Montreal or Toronto or wherever, and you show up and play for over 2.5 hours, and you get solid musicianship, great songs, whether it starts at 10:30 or at 7:30, you can't complain. You can't complain.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. It has been a pleasure.
Absolutely, always.
And I will